Hey there team, so we're in for some primal movements. This is the first video of two. So let's go ahead and warm up. Let's have a little lie down. Let's stretch out. So there's some stuff we've done before. Let's bend one knee in towards the chest. Let's pull that knee to the chest. Let's take your inner eye, or in fact your outer eye, to your kneecap. And then we'll do the same again, other side. Second eye, looking down that inner edge. Just putting the knee to the chest, just to kind of loosen up, get the joints moving, get a bit of stretch in the back, switching left side, right side. You can move at your own pace here, you don't need to necessarily follow me, but as long as you do as many on the left as you do on the right. And then we're going to open up the hip joints just by circling the hips. Now not full circles, just on around the outer edges. And we're going to add in a bit of a twist. Keeping your knees close together, just again loosening up the lower back, stretching it out. A little preparation for what's coming. Let's then take ourselves up. We're going to come onto our knees. So we're going to work on the wrists. We're going to bring the hands together, that prayer position. Interlace the fingers and rotate through the wrist joints. You can even rotate back the other way if you like. And wave with the hands. And we can reverse that back the other way. And then coming down onto all fours. We're going to just turn the wrist back, turn one hand back, give a little twist with your arms, just get a feeling for what's going on. You may like to stop when you get to when I say stop, I mean pause. When you get to a tight area, you might like to just work with that, stay with it. Get a feel for what's happening through the wrists. So we're going to come onto all fours. So our first movement, a bit like extended puppy in yoga, loaded beast, into down dog, and then ripple through into cobra. So do this 3 times, pressing back to loaded beast, into down dog, ripple through cobra. Let's do one more. Hips pressed back, stretch away from those arms, hands, hips up. Just a little hop forward into ape. Returning the hands. Bring yourself to a stand. Just bring the back of the hands together, lean it forward. And again, breathe in as you open up the chest. Breathe out as you sink back in. And we do the same again. Back of the hands come together as you dive forward. Big breath in as you open up the chest. Squeeze the muscles in the back. Let's step back onto all fours. But we're going to raise the knees off the ground. Now make sure your shoulders are above your wrist, knees underneath your hips. We're going to twist through. So. Kick switch. So make sure here, a lot of people kind of shift away from the hand. Stay close to the hand as you switch through. Gently resting the bottom down. Not really much going on in the body, not much movement. Movement comes a lot from the shoulder. Let's stabilize that shoulder by pulling the shoulder away from the ear. Let's rest it there. So back into that loaded beast, back into down dog, and again ripple forward cobra. Let's shift back into that loaded beast, and then back onto all fours. This time under switch into crab and back. Notice the shoulder stays above the wrist. Again, watch that you don't move away from that. If you do, you'll make life difficult for yourself. Maybe even get a friend to check that your shoulder stays above your wrist. The whole time, shoulders stay away from the ears, staying stable. Strong through those arms. Now, some of you people out there are kind of a little preoccupied with those bingo wings. You'll notice that these work the muscles in the back of the arm. Again, we're going to shift back into that loaded dog, in fact loaded beast, into down dog and cobra. Again, sink back. Again, onto all fours. So next up, next move. Again, knees come up off the ground. So we kick through into bridge, reaching one hand into the air, switching back, and then we switch again. One leg extends, one arm stretches up. Be mindful of the shoulder you're resting on. Make sure that shoulder, again, stable, away from your ear. Also make sure it stays above your wrist. I see often people shifting away. It's kind of almost like you're trying to make life easy for yourself, but in fact you make it more difficult. So we're doing this nice and slowly through this video. In the next video we're going to move with a bit more pace, but I'm going to suggest you practice this one for at least a week, maybe every other day. Let's shift back into that loaded beast, back into down dog, and again through the cobra. So next move, again back into that loaded position, coming round into crab reach. Again, really important that the shoulder you're resting on, your stable shoulder, away from your ear. Switching arms, reaching, looking down at your hand. Try and keep your hips level here. So we're doing 3 of everything, 3 on the left, 3 on the right. Of course you can take more time, which each one of these postures, movements, if you wish. You can always pause the video. So we'll switch back up onto all fours, back into your loaded beast, down dog, and cobra. So we're going to rest back here. Now we're going to do the same again. I'm going to change camera angle so we're going to get a different view. But all the same routine, same stuff. 3 through loaded beast, into down dog, press the heels into the ground, press the hips back, ripple through into cobra, and again back to loaded beast. Now some of these will progress in the next video. When we get into loaded beast we'll have knees off the ground, but for now we can stay with this, and like I say, practice this every other day for at least a week before you get into level 2 or that second video. So we're going to hop it forwards into ape. Breathe in and open the chest, and then stand. Diving forward, thumbs down. In breath, open up chest. Feel the muscles in the back squeezing together as you open the chest. Again, we're going to step back onto all fours, raising those knees off the ground, toes tucked under. So under switch. So again, easing left side, right side. Notice the body not lifting. Be careful, your bottoms are not sticking up in the air. Often I see people, when they first start this, you get a bum in the air like, kind of like they're doing down dog. So let's keep the bums down. Just pivot through on that shoulder joint, through the hand. Again, let's rest down here, back into your loaded beast. Press back into down dog. And again, ripple forward. Cobra. And back to all fours. So under switch around into crab. And back. So again, 3 on each side. Left side, right side, right side, left side. Again, being mindful of your shoulders. Shoulders staying above your wrist. You notice mine just there, slightly towards my backside. I've got some improvement to do here. You'll notice the muscles in the arms working to stabilize the arms whilst moving. You may find, being that we are one side dominant, again, let's just shift back into loaded beast, into down dog and cobra. But we're dominant, left side, dominant right side, one or the other. And you may find your less dominant arm tends to work a bit. So let's kick through, kick switch, into bridge. So as we work through this, as you work through this video and you keep working with it, you'll notice that maybe if you're right-handed, your left arm will feel more of the work in the days to come. Be interesting, in fact. Where do you guys feel it? Which muscles do you feel it, say, the day or 2 days after? That'll indicate which muscles are being worked. Good. It's the last one. Back to all fours. Back to your loaded beast. Toes tucked under. Pressing into down dog. Rippling forward into cobra. Settling back, hands and knees, toes tucked under, knees raised from the ground. And again, switching through into crab reach. Look down at the hand, stabilize the shoulder, try and keep your hips level. I do hope you're enjoying the scenery as well. Now that COVID-19 lockdown here in the UK has kind of eased off a bit and we've got less restrictions, it means I can get out there onto the beach and record this for you. Blessed with beautiful weather. Of course, guys, do make comments, do like comments. Let's get some conversation going. Back into your loaded beast, down dog, rippling forward, cobra. Again, setting back. That's 2 rounds done. Now you could pause the video here, or in fact you could reverse the video, start again, do it through again, but for me I'm going to go test out that water, see how cold it is. Till next time guys.